That is fantastic. Let's go through it. Last class, we were talking about article omission, and we were talking about the correct usage of articles in English. Some of these rules, you knew them already, no? But others were actually new. So I want you to take note and understand how to use these articles correctly. Okay? The article the is not used in which situations? We saw two last class. What do you remember?
So when it's when we refer to a specific name of something like mountains, places like this, it's necessary to
Specific
use
names of something.
specifically.
No, you are
Instead.
speaking correctly. I just want to understand your rule. For
Okay.
example,
In more the Bellas Artes in Mexico, for example, or name of the mountain, or this.
so in this case, do you need the article or do you omit the article?
Need the article, teacher. I don't know.
It's the contrary.
It's okay.
It's the contrary. It's the National Museum of Anthropology.
Oh, yes.
Not the National Museum of Anthropology.
Yes.
Okay. Every time the place is singular, you don't use the article.
Okay.
Okay. That was the second rule. Who remembers the first one?
A specific place.
Okay. For example,
Canada.
specific case like Canada. Well, that's very similar to Carlita's input, no? Because if you say National Museum of Anthropology or Pine Nuts Palace, it's not necessary to use that. So it's the same. What about the first rule?
The first rule said, you don't need article when you talk about things in general, rules, laws, and facts.
Excellent. When you are talking about things in general, you talk about things in general, it's not necessary to use that. For example, sugar is bad for your blood. No, not the sugar is bad for your blood. That is incorrect. And this has a specific use with facts. If you are talking about facts, you are talking about things in general. Look at this number. Color TV was invented by a Mexican. Is color TV not the color TV? You see? So these are the two most important rules in English. The article the is removed when you are talking in general, and with practice, you will learn to use this specific structure as a, it sounds strange if you use it incorrectly. After some practice, you will hear the color TV was invented. And it sounds like the color TV. That sounds very weird. A native person, an American person, automatically will feel strange. That doesn't sound right. But the American person doesn't know why, no? The English teacher knows exactly the reason, but the American person only thinks it sounds strange. Okay. So we need to start eliminating the article, because in the exam, this is one of the most important checks. If you read, if you write, if you speak, and you say extra articles, you sound less ready with your English, you know? So it's better to know these rules in particular. Okay? With the practice, you are going to write a little essay about things in Mexico, but in a moment. First, let's read the next omission of articles. Okay, help me reading this situation. Help me, Jesse. Action with number 3.
Something we don't use. Something we don't use the.
Something. That doesn't say something.
Sometimes, sorry.
Exactly.
Sometimes we don't use the my place location.
Again,
Place
only
location
one place.
names of street. Sorry.
Only one place.
Places.
Exactly.
Locations. Names of streets. Avenues. Boulevards. A. I left my book at home. B. He was found guilty of murder and sent to jail.
What
for-
was he found?
For I am not sure.
Wait, what part are you? Yes, that part is correct. What was he found guilty of?
The meaning, or I am not sure.
Now, my question is about him, the person in the example. The person in the example was found guilty of something. What was he guilty of?
Of murder.
Excellent, because in the past you said mother.
Sorry. Of murder.
Let's pronounce it again, complete.
He was found guilty of murder and sent to jail for life.
Excellent, wonderful. Let us see.
See, my office is located on Main Street.
Again?
My office
Locating past?
is located.
Excellent.
Located on Main Street. The good night, everyone. I'm going to bed. And E, when I was in high school, everyone had to study French.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. A good help that you can consider in this case is what's the name of this? Places, yes. Places, locations, and name of streets, right? When you are talking about addresses, you never use the, despite Spanish being, you need the usage. You need to use the article in Spanish. Like, for example, talking about el Paseo de la Reforma, you know? When you talk in English, you need to say only Reforma Avenue. And it's not necessary to use the. Or Reforma Boulevard. That will be a boulevard. So help me, for example, telling me, Elsie, where is the central office located? Where are your headquarters located? Your headquarters.
Quarters?
Yeah, your headquarters is the
main office?
the main office of your company.
The headquarters is in Monterrey.
In Monterrey. Okay, think about the street of it.
The headquarter is in
Oh, connector for streets?
is at
For streets. Oh my
for
God.
for street
Uh-huh.
on
Yes, correct.
the headquarter is on Lincoln Avenue.
On Lincoln Avenue. Exactly. That's correct. Which it's very common to say the Lincoln Avenue. That's many people commit this mistake. Okay. Now let's say, Carlita, where is Mexico City's cathedral? Where is Mexico City's cathedral?
Cathedral. I'm not sure. um, Cathedral in Mexico City is near of the of yes of Zócalo.
Okay. Near
But I
is
don't.
a connector and off is a connector. You need to omit only one. You cannot use double connectors. Never.
Cathedral is near Zócalo.
Exactly. Zócalo is considered like a single name, you know? And it's automatically, when you say Zócalo, you know exactly where it is. That's the reason it's not necessarily used that. But
Okay.
cathedral is a
Is
specific location, so you need to use the.
Okay.
In this case, you need to say the cathedral because there are many cathedrals in Mexico City.
Yes, but no. Okay.
So if you want to speak about the most important one, you need to say the.
That. Okay.
Oh yes. Let's try with the next one. Help me read the next one, Elsie. Locations.
Locations: school, work, church, jail, bed are exceptions to the rule, and you must not use the article with them. Did you go to a school today? I usually go to church on Sundays. I have to go to work early tomorrow. I feel terrible. I've been in bed all day.
So interesting because we always use I was in the school or I went to the school. I was in the school. That's totally wrong. Only an advanced speaker knows that this is wrong. Because translation from Spanish to English, it matches. Voy a la escuela, I'm going to the school. There is a match. The problem is that in English we don't use it. Exceptions is a specific list. School, work, church, jail, and bed. Jesse, when did you graduate from school? When did you graduate from school?
Okay. I graduated. When?
Yeah, when?
I am not sure. Okay. I got. I graduated. Of school.
Spanglish. Connector for origin?
From.
Yes.
Yes, I graduated from school in 2018.
In 2018.
Yes.
That is correct. You are saying you graduated from school. This is very important. Why from and not of? When you say graduated, you say bye-bye to school.
Mhm.
So you are away from. It's an English logic. From, you are going out,
Okay.
from the work, from the place. Mhm. Interesting. Elsie, do you need to go to work? How many days a week do you need to go to work?
I need to go to work 2 days per week.
Nice. It's more common to say 2 days a week,
Oh,
not per.
a week.
Mhm.
Again, please.
The rule or the example?
The rule.
It's more common to use a for frequency.
Is a third equation that you told me.
Well,
Sorry, sorry.
no. I mean, I have noticed that we make the same corrections over and over and over because it's too much information. So don't worry. That's I am used to it. So we say 2 days a week, once a month, twice a year, etc. Now, Carlita, do you leave things at work like a cup or a thermo?
Souvenirs of my company?
Okay, souvenirs.
You refer like this?
Not like leave. When you are, let's imagine that you have, for example, in my case,
Mm-hmm.
when I go to an office,
Ah, okay.
I leave my gym equipment
Mm-hmm.
at work. So in the next morning, I don't carry too much things,
Um, okay. I cannot
Ah,
bring personal things at work
mm.
because
Before you continue, at work is for location, but the word bring,
it's a verb.
no, yes, it's a verb, but what type of verb? The word bring is a verb of transportation, movement.
Uh-huh. Yes.
You cannot use a static connector like at. You need a connector that determines movement.
Bring to work.
Exactly, girl.
Yes.
Yeah, complete.
I cannot bring to work. I cannot bring to work personal things
Mhm.
because I need to move constantly of my, I don't know, of my, I don't know to say. I don't have a permanent place in my office. I need to move.
You need to move constantly. Of the name is,
I don't know.
how do you say the wait. I have it in my tip of my tongue. Okay, you need to move constantly from office.
From office.
The word is office.
No, it's the offices into the same office but different places because it's not my, I don't know to say if this.
It doesn't
Um,
matter. Office is
okay.
not necessarily like
The place, the big place.
exactly.
Okay.
Office can be considered the building, the
Okay.
whole building, or even different locations of the same company.
Okay. Okay.
So I can go to the office at Polanco and then visit the office at Churubusco, for example. And I understand it's a different location.
Okay.
Mhm. So do your example again, complete.
I cannot bring to work personal things because I need to move constantly of locations
Locations?
of office
Exactly.
office. Yeah.
You need to move office. Very good. Very, very nice. There you have it.
Teacher,
Number 3. Jesse, what's up?
I am not sure. For the school short work, we don't use the.
Yeah. This list is a specific list where you don't need to use that.
Okay.
For some reason, it's like these words are like so personal that it's not necessary to use it. Oh, including home.
Home, the home, yes. It sounds
Because it sounds strange, no? Exactly.
Yes.
Let me write that. What number of 229? 220. Nine. Locations. Home. School, work, church, jail, and bed. Got it?
Yes.
Very nice. Okay. This one. I think girls, why do I have like flashbacks that we have seen this in the past? Do you remember any of this?
This topic, teacher?
Yes.
I don't remember if in this course I don't know if the previous courses review this
Probably in the
topic.
previous. Yeah, right.
We saw this information,
Uh-huh.
but the slides were different a little bit. For
Yeah.
example, the image of the tickets or
Yes,
this image.
this image.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because I have this lesson twice. I have it on the B1 course because this ability is technically a B1 ability.
I remember Brian in that class.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, me too. That's the reason I had some flashbacks because I was happy. I was like remembering Brian making examples. Me too. I had the same flashback. So anyway, this topic is so effective not only for B1s, it's important for B2s too. So let's review it. Let's finish reviewing it. Help me, Elsie, rule number 4.
Noun plus number. This is an exception to rule 1. He's staying at the Hilton Hotel in room 221. The plane to Paris leaves from platform 2. My English class is in room 6 on the first floor.
That's right.
Ordinal numbers need the article. My room is on the second floor.
That's correct. It's different to use the ordinal numbers than regular numbers. When you say the first, the second, the third, actually it's necessary. But if you say the tickets of a movie, right? Our movie is at room 7. You know? What other examples can come up to your mind in this case?
Teacher, in directions apply the same.
For example?
Reforma 222, for example.
Exactly. Addresses.
Yes, address. Yes.
That's totally correct. When you are talking about addresses, we never use that.
Okay.
Very good. What other? Stations. Station 3, station 4. How probably this is new vocabulary for you. Do you know the names of the doors that where the airplane connects the airport? The access from the airplane to the airport. What's the name of this?
Gate.
Exactly. If you're talking about gates, you never use that.
Okay.
So, for example, in the case of Elsie, you travel a lot. Where was the last? What gate did you need to take your last flight?
The gate. I took the gate 35.
Eliminate that. That's exactly the objective of the lesson.
I took gate 35
Exactly.
at Guadalajara Airport.
Similar to what happened to Carlita, at is a static connector. You were talking about traveling. That implies movement. You need a moving connector.
From?
Contrary from.
To?
To Guadalajara. Your destination was Guadalajara, no?
No, Mexico City.
Oh.
Guadalajara to Mexico City.
Okay, it is from Guadalajara to Mexico City, exactly.
Okay. I took gate 35 from Guadalajara to Mexico City.
Excellent. That's correct. There you have it. Any other idea? For example, in Jesse's case, in your life, is there any application for this in your everyday?
About the number?
Yep.
Yeah, I am remembering.
Okay. You are trying to remember. You are not remembering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I am trying to remember. No, teacher.
No?
Address. Yes, address sometimes.
Addresses.
Addresses, sorry.
Okay.
Addresses. I was thinking in English, but it's really obvious.
You were thinking in what? Edge?
In English, yes. Yes, for example, I going to become 28.
Oh, okay. But that's not really obvious, eh?
No?
Let's imagine, okay, you're going to become 28, no? This is an example of a number, but this is not corresponding to this rule.
Okay.
You need noun and
Noun
number,
before number. Noun
Ajá.
plus number, sorry.
which actually you remind me of an example. If you say, look at this. I remember I started teaching English at age 15.
Okay.
No, 18, sorry. Yeah, 15, I was too young.
Okay. Okay.
This example is very English because in Spanish doesn't make sense.
Yes. And you need to say age?
Aha. Oh, you can also say at 18 because it's very normal to say when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
All that sentence, all that phrasing can be concise. You can only say at 18 or at age 18.
Okay, okay.
And this is another example. It was a spontaneous lesson, because that's possible too.
Okay.
Mhm. So any question with rule number 4?
No.
Teacher, I
Yes.
have, when we refer to dates, for example, August 31st,
Oh, very good.
for this, if it's an ordinal number, it's necessary to use it or not, because normally I don't.
You don't use it.
Yes.
That's actually interesting. With the dates, we are very flexible. So you can
Okay.
say October 22 or October 22nd.
Yes.
And really, it doesn't matter because the most important word is the month, October,
The
November,
month.
December.
Okay.
For that reason, we don't use that.
Okay.
Never, never, never. So in that case, you don't make any change.
Okay.
That's also right. Mhm.
Perfect. Thank you, teacher.
There is a song though that I'm trying to remember. Like it's different to say on October 22nd than to say on the 22nd of October. Okay, so check this out. My birthday is on the 22nd of October, but that is not common. People say my birthday
is October.
Connector.
Is on October 22nd.
October 22nd. That's more common.
Yes.
Anyway, that was a good input. Good input. There you have it. The next one is so important, and we have practiced this in the past. Okay, when we are talking about the profession or the title of the person before the name. This is a very common source of mistakes in Spanish, from Spanish to English. Look at this example. Read the example, Carlita.
Yes. Mexico's President Andrés Manuel López Obrador inaugurated a new airport serving inaugurated a new airport serving Mexico City in a hallmark move more than 3 years after he scrapped a separate party will multi-billion-dollar construction project by the previous government than he say was a symbol of corruption.
This article is talking about the airport at what's the name of this?
Santa Lucia.
Yes, Santa Lucia.
De Santa Lucía, ¿no? Okay.
Well, both technically.
Mhm.
The one that was canceled was in Texcoco, right? And the other one is the Santa Lucia one. This one is interesting because we are talking about the title of the person.
Mhm.
Mexico's President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. Subject, verb, complement. Do you see how in Spanish we say el presidente, but in English we only say president?
Okay.
And the same happens with a lot of other examples. If you say teacher Fernando, we never say the teacher. If you say assistant Jesse helped us get the reports. So every time you mention the title of the person, we don't need to use the article. This ability is pretty advanced because in Spanish we do it differently. Okay, think about examples while Jessie passes attendance. Okay, hello, Jess. I invoke to you.
Hello, Mr. Good night.
Hello.
Good night, girls. I will take attendance, please. It's Jessie. Hi, Jessie. Good night.
Hi, good night.
Thank you. Elsie. Hi, Elsie. Good night.
Hello, good night.
Hello, Elsie. Good night. And Denise. Hi, Denise. Good night.
Hello, Jessie. Good night.
Good night, Denise. So thank you, girls. And thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Thank you
Have
very
a
much.
good night. See you.
See you.
You.
Mm. Okay. Action. Help me with an example. Who has one option? Since the first time you saw this topic, have you noticed this this omission of particles in examples or anything? I mean, anyone.
Can you repeat, teacher, please?
Sure. Have you noticed this omission of article in any other context outside of the class? Or you haven't seen this in other sources?
In my case, teacher, I know the two rules only about this, but only this, not space with more details.
Yeah,
Like
it was
usual.
totally, this is new for you.
Yes.
Completely.
Mhm.
Perfect, perfect. Well, it's time to discover, right? Because the first source where you are going to see this a lot is reading the news. If you read articles, news articles in English, you will see it everywhere. Everywhere. It's always the subject without an article. Always, always, always. That will be important if you make an article about a specific person. Or if you give a specific people in your examples, that's another reason to learn this rule. For the writing is very, very important.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, before we leave, let's remember the rules of acronyms, right? It says rule number 6. When it's not necessary to use the, which goes as follows. Help me reading, Jessie.
Yes. Acronyms. An acronym is an abbreviation. And the acronym is the abbreviation
Mhm.
a short form of a name. It uses the first letter of each word to form a new word. Yes, AKA, also known as.
Pronunciation as. Open word.
Sorry.
Also known as.
Mhm. If the acronym is pronounced.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the pronunciation.
Pronunciate.
How do you pronounce this?
Pronounce.
Pra.
Pronounce.
Yes.
Pronounce.
Pronounce. Pronounce it.
Uh-uh.
Pronounced.
Exactly.
Pronounced.
Pronounced.
Perfect. One more
Okay.
time.
Pronounce as one word.
Complete. That's not a good idea.
Okay. If the acronym is pronounced as a word, don't use the pronounce as one word. Narto.
But that's not an R.
I am not sure. It's R.
It's a symbol.
Naito.
Pronunciation.
Nato.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's
NATO.
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 Mhm.
Pronunciate.
Excuse me.
I don't remember the first word. Can you repeat the?
Again, let's go over here.
Yes. Pronounced.
Excellent.
Sorry. Pronounce as one word. Pronounce as one word. NATO is acronym used for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
That's right. Read example.
NATO advisors meet to discuss the situation.
So in this case, we have NATO ambassadors, you see, and you can see that because NATO is pronounced as a word, you don't need to use the. But if the acronym, the similar case happens with UNESCO. UNESCO is pronounced like only one word.
Okay.
But when you have a single letter, like the UN, the EU, the USA, etc., the FBI, it is necessary to use the article. Okay? Attention, this only applies to English or international acronyms, international accepted acronyms. It doesn't work for UNAM, IPN, IMSS, because these are national acronyms, national institutions, and this doesn't work for Spanish institutions. If you want to say IMSS, you need to say the English version. The Mexican Institute of Social Security, because of the acronyms in Spanish, IMSS. You know what I mean? Do you understand the situation?
I understood. It's only for acronyms, but in English.
Exactly. Acronyms in English, that's an easy way to say it, but it's not because they are English, it's because they are international.
Okay.
This rule applies only to internationally accepted acronyms. Never using national acronyms.
Okay.
And there we go.
For
Any question?
example, the
Yes.
OMS.
Aha,
OMS.
exactly. But you know what? OMS
Is
is
Spanish.
Spanish. Aha.
Yes.
What's the English version? Do you remember the news when COVID was like super important?
Not really.
Well, that's something that we need to start changing. This was an international news, no? So they were talking about the WHO,
Okay. Yes.
which stands for the World Health Organization. Got it?
World Health Organization. Yes.
Correct. The World Health Organization. OMS is Spanish, WHO is English.
Yes.
Mhm. That was a very, very important one. Also, NATO. NATO is the English version of OTAN because in Spanish it's OTAN and includes some other nations that speak Spanish. You
Okay.
see, the OTAN includes Albania, Germany, Belgium, Bulgaria, Canada, Spain. Here's Spain. Spain, and only that speaks Spanish, you know. So only because Spain speaks Spanish, they need the acronym in Spanish. So it's pretty interesting, right? Again, read the news and you will find all of this. Any question, girls?
It's okay.
Cool. So in a nutshell, I will pass you this slide so you can have the summary of everything. And I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Wonderful. See you tomorrow. Have a good
See
See you
night.
tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.